I opened up Studio Design by SprintRay and saw this little nugget right here. We have access now to 3Shape Automate Crown Design. For those of you who don't know, this is an incredible feature that is for free for Midas users. Upload the STL. I think the software prefers STL files. And go ahead and select the tooth that you're working on and watch as Automate takes over. It does take a little bit of time, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes for it to calculate the proposal. And what you get back is this kind of two-dimensional picture series or Rolodex of images for you to look at the crown design, the margin marking, and approve it. Once approved, it's going to go ahead and spit that file to you really fast. Here is the crown design here, and then of course with a single click of the button, you could go ahead and fire it off to your printer. You could do the model and the crown or just the crown. And so here we are nesting on the Midas. Not so sure about the integrity of that nesting, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate a little bit and add just a little bit of dots for some love there so that thing doesn't delaminate off the build plate. In addition to that, not only do they update with 3Shape Automate, they improved drastically their native crown design software in Studio. So let's check that out really quick. This is blazingly fast now. First of all, margin automation takes about 20 seconds now. So it's really quick at attempting to find that margin. Here we go. We're right into the margin editing now. I'm going to zoom in, tweak it, because you always got to tweak it because we're all humans and we don't have a perfect margin. And it's sometimes really cool to get better and grow as dentists as we're marking our own margins and looking at our preps under high magnification. That's kind of the beautiful thing about doing your own same-day restorations. Okay, so once we get the margin marked, we hit next, and it instantly gives you this kind of blue tooth that you could then rotate, expand. This is like the tooth placement of exocad, where you have a tooth that is not locked down in the margin that you could control with these compass and gyroscope kind of features. Once you have it kind of in the center of the hole there, looking at marginal ridge and cusp tips, you just kind of hit next. What it does in this stage is it locks it down to the margin, gives you an initial proposal, and we go ahead and start with my favorite tool, which is the Morph Tool. And with this tool here, you could move large segments of the wax up without distorting it. I look at my marginal ridge heights, try to get those perfectly balanced, look at my cusp tip heights. I do love the occlusal anatomy here. So we put the color map on, and what you guys got to understand is blue is out of occlusion, and this kind of light green, teal green, or aquamarine color that I'll put right here, that's just going to be about 100 microns out of occlusion right there. And by the time you glaze it or candy coat it, that's going to be perfect occlusion. I love this kind of wireframe look. This is how I actually design when I'm not recording, just because I think it's just super cool. Proximal contacts, we want true green with a dot of yellow if you're glazing. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth and or remove. If you do remove, put the strength on low, and there we go, just a dot of yellow. So that strength is kind of like a 0 for the contact, and so you're not going to be grinding those proximals. And again, we do glaze it, so it's going to be nice and tight, and that floss is going to pop. This is looking good. I am going to just smooth up this weird seam thing right here. One thing I would like is for the smooth tool to be like way more powerful. I always judge CAD softwares by how well they smooth. Oh, and that cusp looks a little long, so I'm going to go to my Morph and just kind of blunt that cusp so I don't get an excursive interference there. And we're looking really pretty good here. The only other thing that I might do is add a marginal ridge contact, mesial, perfect right there. And we got a single point buccal cusp contact, so that's looking good. Okay, guys, now once we have this designed and the proximal contacts are checked, the occlusion is checked, and we're going to go ahead and hit next. And this is a step I wish it would skip. It kind of like, and kind of weirdly shows you where you're thin. Even though I have like 6 feet of occlusal reduction on this crown, it's going to kind of tell me that it's thin everywhere and turn the whole thing blue. I think the algorithm that they use is bad, so I just hit skip or ignore, and it gives me a warning that, I don't know what it even says, but I just ignore it. Right to rayware for nesting. And let's take a look at how it nests. I love how it just is like a single click. By the way, guys, you can't export STLs out of here, so you can only send it to your printer. So I don't think you're going to use like Automate, the free Automate and all these features and then export the STL. I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and add a little bit of more support love to this guy right here. Remove the support on the clousel, add a few more on the buckle. This is one of the advantages of the Midas is you could nest like this, whereas if you try to do this on the Pro 55 or 95, it would not fit. 7-minute print time and off to the races here. So I hope you can see how the improvements keep getting better and better. Can't wait to see what's next.